friends, welcome back to my channel. We're here today with my December book haul, a pile of happiness that includes books that publishers sent me for review as well as books that I received as gifts. So I just want to share them with you. Some of them are books that I'm going to be reading very soon because I agreed to review the books on a specific date for a publisher. Some of them are books that I got because I've been wanting them for a while, and so now I'm going to read them for pleasure, just because I read for pleasure. So, going to share with you first. There's no order. I'm just going to share with you the book that I'm really looking forward to seeing the finished copy of this book. This is The Blue by Emily Prophet and is translated by Tina Cover. The author is a Haitian woman, and it's a small book, and it's about a woman who is traveling, and at the airport she starts to make connections about things, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the finished copy of this. I think the cover is beautiful. I'm going to be reviewing it, so I'm going to be reading it pretty soon. A book that I bought myself the first time I went to an in-person bookstore in a long time. I bought The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, and I am really entranced by this cover and the placement of this circle right here. So yeah, this edition has an introduction by Jeffrey Eugenides, who is the author of The Hours, I think. No, that's Michael Cunningham. Who's Jeffrey Eugenides? He is the author of The Virgin Suicides and Middlesex and The Marriage Plot. So I usually don't read introductions until after I've read the story, so we'll see how this one goes. I'll probably read it afterwards. But yeah, The Picture of Dorian Gray I got from my TBR shelves for next year. I'm going to be talking about my next year TBR plans in an upcoming video. I also got The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. Look at this stunning cover. This has those French flaps, and yeah, gorgeous inside cover. This is The Metamorphosis and Other Stories. I'm looking forward to reading The Metamorphosis because I haven't yet read it, and I'm not sure what the other stories are about. But this is another book that was on my TBR for next year, and we picked this up when we went to Barnes & Noble. My husband gave me a gift card that had an undisclosed sum on it, and I was able to get this book, and another book. So Christmas gift from my hubby, yay. The Metamorphosis, Franz Kafka. I'll tell you about it when I read it. This is the autobiography of an Excolored Man by James Weldon Johnson, and this one has an introduction by Henry Louis Gates Jr. And I love the back cover. It says this was first published anonymously in 1912. And this resolutely unsentimental novel gave many white readers their first glimpse of the double standard and double consciousness that ruled the lives of black people in modern America. So this man had light skin, which enabled him to pass for white. So he gets to speak about his perspective on both sides of that color divide, and I'm really looking forward to reading this one. It's only about 210 pages, and the pages are pretty small. Really excited about these. I also got this book, What Storm, What Thunder by Miriam J. Chansey. I've heard really gorgeous reviews about this book, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. The author is also a Haitian American woman. So I'm not telling you synopses of any of these books because I'm going to be reading them and discussing them pretty soon. But Edwidge Danticat has emerged as one of my favorite authors, especially from the Caribbean, and the fact that she has a blurb on this book says yay. It's a really good endorsement is what I'm saying. Then I got this book from Doris, The Lost City of the Monkey God by Douglas Preston, and Doris sent a copy to me and to Heidi and to Patrice because we read books together, and this is a book that she has read and really enjoyed, and I guess she wants us to revisit and for us to visit the story together. And I thought that was such a really wonderful gesture that you share your favorite books with some of your favorite people, right? Because I'm one of Doris's favorite people. You heard it here first. Also, this book is blurbed by Eric Larson, who is one of our favorite authors to read his works and discuss. I finished reading Dead Wake earlier this morning, one of his books about the catastrophe that befell the Lusitania ship in 1915. So Eric Larson blurb this book. So yeah, I could understand why Doris loves it and why she sent it to me. Thank you, Doris, so much for this gift. So those are most of the gifts that I received. I do want to share this in a haul just for completeness. This is a book that I took from my husband's bookshelf when we visited his mother-in-law's house. I took the interesting narrative and other writings of Olado Equiano. It's a Penguin classic that he, I guess, owned from when he was in college, I think. And I've been seeing it on some of the book lists that we were visiting in December, and I wanted to read it. I saw a copy there. I was like, yeah, nobody else is reading it. Let me take it home. So that's a part of my haul, right? And Penguin Random House sent me some books. One of those books is All That She Carried by Tia Miles. This won the National Book Award earlier this year. This is the journey of Ashley Sack, a black family keepsake, and I'm looking forward to reading it. This is Tia Miles right there, and she's a professor of history at Harvard. It says All That She Carried is a story of resilience and of love passed down through generations of women against steep odds. I don't like to read too much about a book synopsis, especially if I'm going to be reading that book pretty soon. And this is one that's on my TBR for January. I also received from Penguin Random House Immune. This is by Philip Detmer. I think I may have shared this in my previous haul. If I did, it's okay. I'm just saying it here again. This is a journey into the mysterious system that keeps you alive. So this is a book about the immune system. And it is illustrated. Yeah, I feel like I've showed this in a haul before, so skip that one. Other books that I got from Penguin Random House include this one, Sunflower Sisters by Martha Hall Kelly. This is the author of Lilac Girls, which I haven't read, but reading this story makes me want to pick up that book. But I wanted to own this one, even if I have to read or do end up reading Lilac Girls first. Synopsis says that this is a story of three women caught in a country on the brink of collapse, whose destinies intertwine during the strife of the Civil War. So, I think the women are different races. One is an enslaved girl, and one is her mistress, I guess. So yeah. Also received this arc from the publishers. This is Her Secret War by Pam Leckie. Her courage will save lives, but at what cost? And this one was sent to me from HarperCollins. Her Secret War. You know, there are a lot of these war stories, these historical fiction stories that have these women walking away from the cover. I find them interesting. I haven't read a lot of them, but I find them interesting. I find them interesting as a cover. So this one goes on sale on January 4th. So it would be nice if I could read it so I could put up a review before that day. But we'll see. We'll see. I also got this arc, On a Night Like This by Lindsay Kelk. On a night like this, anything can happen if you just take a chance. This is romance, right? Yeah. Fiction, romance, contemporary, humorous. Also from HarperCollins. Listen, I'm here for some fun reads, not always all the serious stuff. So I think I asked them to review that book. And then I got this one, which is The Artist Colony by Joanna Fitzpatrick. This blurb says it's a fast-paced whodunit that is equal parts loving tribute and killer thriller. I'm here for a little mix of genres, right? So this one is set in 1924, and the main character is a modernist painter who arrives to bury her older sister, and then she gets embroiled in some mystery. So yeah, really looking forward to that. Also not sure if I've shared this one before. This is 21 Lessons for the 21st Century by Yuval Noah Harari. This one was also a gift from the publishers, Penguin Random House. And I haven't yet read the earlier books in the series, Sapiens, Homo Deus, but I don't think you have to read them in order. So I may just read this one so I can review it. We'll see. And then I also got this one from the publishers. This is a liqueur recipe book. So it's not a cookbook because you're not cooking. It's a mixologist guide. Let's call it that. Simpler recipes for delicious homemade liqueurs. And this one is called Beyond Grapes. So it's about making drinks that are not necessarily grape based. And so I feel like I'm going to share with you my glass of sorrel because this is one of the best things about Jamaican life. So sorrel is a flower, looks kind of like the hibiscus, and well, at least the flower does. And you pick the petals and you steep them in boiling water with ginger and cloves and pimento and other things that can like pull the flavor out, and then you sweeten it. You don't have to, you could just drink it like that, but I sweeten mine with a little brown sugar and it is delicious. So I've been drinking this since the week before Christmas. I made a big pot and then put it to chill, and I've been drinking this like it's water, guzzling this like it's water at every meal and in between. Sorrel. so it seems appropriate that this book came around that time, talking about mixing drinks, because yeah. Sorrel. Ask any Jamaican that you know about sorrel, or West Indian. I think it's not just Jamaican, it's Caribbean, West Indian flavor. So yeah, those are the books that I received recently. I have some other books coming to me because I got some gift cards, and I'm buying some books from my TBR shelf, which is going to be somewhere over there. Sneak peek into my plans for 2022. I have a list of about 60 books right now that I want to read soon, not including these new books that are coming in to me from publishers and so on, just books that I have decided that I should have read by now, books that I want to read so I can participate in conversations about these books, and books that I think have influenced pop culture or been influenced by pop culture. No, not necessarily. Books that have influenced pop culture that I feel like I want to read the actual novel. Like, I don't think I've ever read the actual novel of Alice Adventures in Wonderland. I know the story, I've read the kids' book, but I'd like to read the novel. So that's a book that's on my TBR. Things like that. So what I'm trying to do is to acquire some of those books and put them on a shelf that I can just kind of reach for when I have some room in my reading life. So yeah, I'm planning to acquire some of those books and create an actual TBR shelf. So I know I've told you that my bookshelves generally are a mix of read and unread books, and nobody knows what books I've read aside from me. But I do want to create this space with those designated TBR books for next year, maybe possible beyond. So that's coming up in a future video. But for now, these are the books that I've received recently, and I want to share them with you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more. We'll be back with another video later today. I'm going to come on here with Vlogmas video, last video of the Vlogmas season. I think it's a special one. I'm trying to get it ready for today. We'll see. But even if I don't get that video ready for today, then another Vlogmas video will go up today to round out Vlogmas. I can't believe I posted 30 videos in 30 days. I posted more than 30 videos because I posted some other videos too. So this is me congratulating myself, patting myself on the back, but not too hard because I got my COVID booster yesterday. It's my third COVID vaccine. So vaccine 1 and 2, I got Pfizer. And then for the booster, they say it's a half a dose of Moderna. And it's sore. So not patting myself too hard on the back, but yeah, still patting my shoulders. So yeah, thank you so much. I'll chat with you later. Until then, happy reading. Bye.